Alright everybody, I'm back. I basically had to change the batteries on my camera. Like I say, I have the ultimate lithiums, and believe it or not, those last for almost about a month, depending on how much you use the batteries or your camera or whatever. But anyway, we get into the side story, and we leave off with SBO holding on to Knuckles basically on the cliff of Angel Island, at the Shrine Isles, wherever. And Knuckles is just asking, so this is how it's really going to go, huh? You're going to just betray me? You know, so this is, basically he's asking, he's like, oh, so this is it, huh? You've really betrayed the Chaotix, you've joined the Iron Queen and all the ninja things and all that. And if you're really going to steal the Master Emerald, give her that much power and drop the entire island in the ocean, you're really going to, basically he's asking if he's really going to do what many of others have tried and have done. And then SBO says, I have to do this right. I have to destroy you before you would let me take the emerald. Basically saying, hey, I would have to beat the hell out of you before I'd be able to take the emerald. And then Knuckles is like, well, yeah, of course I did. Of course I would fight you. I'd give up anything to stop you and protect the emerald. And then he said, that's a stupid question. You know me better than that. And then SBO's like, okay, then I have... Basically, SBO says, okay, I'm now conflicted because he's unable to act for now. And, Knuckles just wants to know, well, where's your orders coming from? Why don't you tell me what's going on? Basically he's asking if you can give him some kind of clue, and everything. And he says, it's the only communities I know in Rainbow Valley. And he says, I can help you if you don't help me understand. And SBO says, well, that might be a way. But you would have to break the hold of the Bride of the Four Houses. And then Knuckles is like, oh, wait a minute, okay, that's the Iron Queen, correct? And basically SBO says, yes, it is. And he says that the title of the leader of a clan is Bride. They are wed to the house, and the clan, in turn, is wed to them. And Knuckles is all like, okay, wait a minute, let me get this straight. So the brides are the bosses. If the Iron Queen's the bride of the four houses, she's the boss of the four clans. In other words, she controls all. In other words, from what SBO is telling Knuckles is, yeah, she controls everything. She controls all the ninja clans, no matter who they are, or even though the fact that all of them are mortal enemies, right now they are bound to the Iron Queen's will. So in other words, even though that the ninja clans that we all see are all under the Iron Queen's control, they are mortal enemies. In other words, they hate each other. They'd rather fight each other than fight alongside each other. But since the Iron Queen is the boss of all of them, in other words, the leader, they have no choice. In other words, she's got total control no matter how they feel about it. But they are bound. But because of honor, I guess you can say, they are bound to her will. And then Knuckles is thinking, okay, then all we have to do is get them to break away, and you can do whatever you want, right? And SBO says, no. Then I would only serve the Shinobi clan and the Bride of the Constant Vigil. And he's like, and Lightning Links? And he asks about Lightning Links, and he says, he's a former exile of the Raju clan. His bride of the Conquering Storm says the Iron Queen of New Megalopolis. Just watch out. And then he's like, well, wait a minute, I'm getting all confused again. What are the other clans? And SBO runs off saying, I've said too much. I've said too much. And he's like, but if your orders were conflicting, then what does Constant Vigil do you to do? And he's basically asking this before SBO does his chameleon trick and disappears. And Knuckles is like, well, good luck out there, my friend, and be careful. So in other words, This, I think, is going to lead us into what happens next in Sonic Universe. And, of course, you have all the pictures and everything. Someone actually put the Bride of Conquering Storm on her. Like I said, we also got the fan art, and someone actually put Bride of Conquering Storm up there. There's the names. I don't know if you can see them. And, of course, we got the letters and then the previews into the next issues. Overall, I have to say the main story was real good. I'll give it about an 8.5 out of 10. It was okay, good continuation from the last issue. Definitely a good lead into what we got coming up in the next couple of issues. Now, like I said, don't take what you saw with Sally saying, telling Sonic, don't hurt him, and then the hug. Don't take it too much into context if you're a Sonic Sal fan or supporter, because I've got a feeling I know what's going to happen. I don't know. I mean, let's just leave it up to what happens, okay? And the side story, I give it maybe about a 7 out of 10. Good continuation. It gives us a little bit more information about what's going to happen. And that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed my video review of Sonic the Hedgehog issue 204. And until next time, God bless, take care, and have a good weekend. Oh, and I'll be coming up next with my monthly opinion.